Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, I got this old used gun. This is a 1905 Smith & Wesson revolver. This is a 1905 Smith & Wesson revolver. Only problem is, this is most definitely not a 1905 Smith & Wesson revolver. This is an Ortigue revolver made in Spain, an unlicensed copy of a 1905 Smith that was made for the export market. This gun is in caliber 38 Largo, and I use this gun in reenacting. I use it as a blank pistol because it's not in good enough physical condition to be trusted with live ammunition, I don't think. I think I paid $50 for this gun, I don't know, 25 years ago, because I wanted a World War II looking gun to use in modern military reenacting World War II. These were manufactured probably in the 1920s and 30s and imported without license, manufactured without license, and brought into the country and sold. I've got a 1938 copy of the Johnson Smith catalog at the house that shows this very gun for $12. And if you'll send them another $2.50, they'll send you 500 rounds of ammunition for it. Now, this is in the Largo caliber, which is something I wanted to talk a little bit about. Anytime you see a gun marked Largo caliber, 9mm Largo, which is comparable to 38 Super in size, 38 Largo, which is comparable in dimensions to 38 Special, 38 Largo Short, which is comparable to 38 Smith & Wesson, and so forth. The Largo cartridge is loaded to the pressure standard of black powder ammunition. So anything that you see that's marked Largo is not safe to take smokeless powder ammunition and put in it and shoot it to begin with, regardless of how tight or nice it looks. A little something I wanted to mention, talk about, marksmanship tip, whatever you want to call it. 38 Largo, don't put live ammunition in that thing. And these are very questionable anyway. Ortigue, Magala, and so forth, all of these copies of Smith & Wessons, they made a 1903 Colt automatic copy too. And copied several firearms that were American firearms by design and manufacture, and they copied them, Colt and Smith & Wesson and so forth, Ivor Johnson, and they're very cheaply made, very crudely made, and just not serviceable as a gun to shoot live ammunition out of. Now, this one has a hammer rebound on it, but it fired accidentally at a reenactment 2 years ago. We had a little accident. I was trying to hand all of my web gear over the side of a half track to another guy, and we both slipped, and all of my gear dropped, and this gun hit. It was in a flap holster, hit and fired. Blowed the bottom out of the holster, but it was, of course, loaded with Winchester Super X blank ammunition. It sounded like a howitzer, but nobody was hurt, and there wasn't any bullet launched. So we know that even though that thing shows that it has hammer rebound, that hammer can be overcome. And, it's just an old junk gun for shooting blanks out of. That's all you can expect from it. This, on the other hand, is a real 1905 Smith & Wesson 38 caliber revolver with a 6 1/4 inch barrel. Now, that seems like a lot, 6 1/4 inch barrel for a 38 caliber handgun. What you have to bear in mind is, back in the day when a police service revolver like this was made, the policeman was expected to be very accurate. He could be pulled off the street and put on a desk because he couldn't pass marksmanship qualification. So, you know, the guns were expected to be very accurate, and the marksman was expected to be very accurate. So basically, you know, routinely you would see a policeman carrying, in those days, a 6-inch revolver. So, you know, we're going to try this gun out here. This gun was made, I think this gun was manufactured in 1922. We run the serial number on it. This gun was manufactured in 1922 and is an extremely tight lockup gun, and it's very good condition mechanically. Aesthetically, it's not in so great a shape. It looks like it's got, well, frankly, I think someone was pistol whipped with this gun, because it has the bluing on it has been defaced in such a way that indicates to me bloodstains. So anyway, don't do that. That's not a good. Get you a blackjack. You want to beat a guy up? Get you a blackjack. Don't use your iron. We're going to shoot this gun here at the 25-yard target and see what it actually looks like in terms of marksmanship capability. Oh, get some rounds out here. I'm going to shoot Federal 158 grain. Federal 158 grain round nose lead, which is the appropriate cartridge and bullet type for this gun, given its age. I'll put about 6 in this thing and give it a try. That's why I load magazines ahead of time. Get some bullets in that gun, and get me some ear mufflers on here, and lay that gun up there and see how it actually shoots. Get the block back here. We can get the gun on camera. There we go. Single action, 25-yard, 3/4 police silhouette steel. And that's a hit. And that's a smoky old gun right there. There we go, dead center. Got these little fly shooter sights with a pinch gutter on the top of the frame. Can't believe anybody win the Olympics with this gun, but they did. That gun shoots pretty good. Oops, I run it out. I guess better wind it back up. Let's get 6 more and put in this thing right quick. Let's finish this up before the old video time's out. Get you another one in there. Of course, it's always my standard thing to try and demonstrate the marksmanship of a particular firearm, what it's capable of doing at 25 yards, because if you can do pretty good with it 25 yards, chances are you can defend yourself with it at 3. Let's try it on double action here right quick. Oh, it's got a real nice, crisp, smooth trigger. There we go. Let's try a little smaller target. I can't tell if I'm hitting it or not. That one big plate's so heavy. There we go. 6. Now let's get down to the tax. The value of this gun is somewhere around $500, given its age and the mechanical condition that it's in. You would expect to see an 80-year-old gun with some blue wear on it. It's got typical old smooth pre-war grips on it, and the grips look to be period for the gun. Just overall, it's a really great gun. I'd like to thank the Sailor Collection for the donation of the firearm for use today. That's about it. Patreon in the link if you want to go that way. Otherwise, like-a-tate, share-a-pie, commentate, and subscribe. We'll see y'all.